Hello, everyone. It is Tuesday, August 25th. Welcome to another episode of Together San Diego. I'm your host, Luis Cruz, Community Relations Director for the San Diego Union-Tribune. This week, we are recognizing businesses that have shown exemplary leadership in helping their employees and the community during this pandemic. And joining me this afternoon is Mike Arquinas and Jalen Malone, co-owners and founders of Mostra Coffee. Thank you very much to the two of you for joining me today. And congratulations to all of you for being recognized as a community hero in our special Best of section, which was published on Sunday, which I have right here in front of me there. So you're in here. This was published on Sunday. And then you were also featured in our A section, a nice little ad there. So congratulations for all you do.
Thank you.
So before we get started about talking about COVID, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourselves and talk about how Mostra Coffee got started?
Yeah, so like you said, I'm Jalen Malone. This is my partner, Mike Arquinas. And we actually, our other two partners are not on this call today. It's Sam and Beverly Magtanung. And we are four friends. Bev and I had started Mostra back in 2013. We had traveled to the Philippines doing some charity work and building homes for the poor. And while we were out there, we were inspired to try to find solutions to help eradicate poverty. I know that that is a huge goal, and almost sounds like a beauty queen's answer. Like, what are you going to do to help change the world? Eradicate poverty. But while we were out there, that was literally what we were trying to do and try to find solutions for. So while being out there, we had talked to a bunch of people and we said, what is it that you can do to really start helping eradicate poverty out here in the Philippines? And all of us are all Filipino American. And one of the things that was suggested to us was to find a product that was grown in the country of the Philippines and create a demand for it to be sold internationally. And while trying to research what that could be, we learned while we were out there that the Philippines actually grows specialty coffee. And we came home and we had asked around to a bunch of different people, coffee buyers even here in the States, asking, do you source Philippine coffee? Do you source Philippine coffee? And nobody had any access to it. We couldn't believe it. So we had found ways to, since then, source Philippine coffee. And we are currently have been in business for 7 years. And we have become the largest purchaser of Philippine coffee in the United States. But Mostra was something that we had started with the goal to create a platform for Philippine coffee. And it's been so incredibly fulfilling to us that we've been able to accomplish something like that and to change the livelihoods of the people and the farmers in the Philippines. And in fact, in our own stores, we have 2 locations, and in our own stores, our top selling coffee is our Philippine coffee blend. And it's people, I don't even know if people know that they're buying Philippine coffee or not, but the fact of the matter is that we've been able to create that demand and change lives and help these families put their kids through school and improve just their livelihoods at home. And so that's actually why we started the company in the first place. But we all have a performance background, and Mostra means show and performance and exhibition in Italian. So I have a background in the entertainment industry. For the last 12 years, I was a television host, actually, and a TV and film actress. And then Beverly is a professional opera singer. And then Mike here is a culinary genius. He's a fine dining chef. And all of us, yes, I do think that. And all of us really just infused our performance backgrounds. And it was the inspiration for the name Mostra Coffee. And we establish an environment in our stores that provide an experience of performance. Our bars are built really, really low to allow everyone to just see the interaction and the open kitchen kind of experience in our shops. And we've got this beautiful Mavam espresso machine, which is an under counter espresso machine. So people literally see the process from start to finish. And then we actually ended up realizing, there it is. Yep, that's our Mavam right there. And then, we ended up like, in the process of coming up with our name, we put two and two together that people drink coffee to perform in their day, no matter what it is that they do, from, being a stay-at-home mom to, going into the office every day or working out or whatever that may be. So that's pretty much Mostra Coffee in a nutshell.
No, it looks delicious. It sounds delicious. Mike, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got involved in all this?
So years ago, I met Jillian and Bev through mutual friends. As Lynn said, that I cook for a living, so they asked if I can do a charity event for them, and I was like, absolutely. So we did that, and we connected that way, and then from then on, Jillian approached me and was like, hey, we're thinking about starting a coffee company, but we don't really drink coffee, like black coffee, but we see what you post, and we were really curious on if you were interested. So I guess from there, the talks happened, the brainstorming happened, and then that's kind of how I came on board. So
just to add this in, Luis, like what he said, Bev and I literally, when we started Mostra, did not drink coffee. Like we did not drink coffee. We literally started the company because of the Philippine efforts and trying to establish that. So like Mike was literally the only person that we knew that drank coffee. So like specialty coffee. So we were like, hey, can you take us around town and show us what specialty coffee is all about? And so it's just so interesting how that our business started that way. So just to everybody out there that's wanting to start a business, you don't need to be like the biggest expert in the world to want to start something if you've got like a mission and a vision and a purpose behind what it is that you're doing, because we didn't. We definitely didn't.
I love your message. I love your story, and I do want to ask you about advice for other small businesses, but I also want to talk about how COVID-19 has affected your business and how you've responded, which is why you were recognized as a community hero. I understand you were helping, you were able to help your workers stay employed and also insured. Tell us how you managed to do that and what else you've been up to.
Well, it's so funny. Mike and I were just talking the other day about how much we miss the energy in our stores. We are a high volume store with lots of people in it all the time. It was really, the environment that we created was a big family-like, community-like environment. So that has obviously changed since COVID. And so, as these mandates were coming out, we were just staying on top of everything and trying to think ahead of everything that was going on. So like before anybody said no dine-in allowed, we had already moved our furniture out like days before, because we were like, you know what, I feel like that's probably what's going to happen. Let's start to create a safe environment for people. So people, people were panicking at home about what to do. So, we were just trying to pivot our business as quickly as possible, so that people that were still needing and wanting their coffee and coming into Mostra were feeling like, okay, Mostra's being proactive about all of this. So we removed our furniture. We started putting up all the plexiglass up super early in the situation. And probably the biggest thing we did was create an online ordering system and a mobile app and curbside ordering. That was non-existent pre-COVID. And we have kids too. And we were like, we don't want to take our kids out of the car, when we want to go get something. So we partnered up with our neighbor next door at Grub, and we were like, okay, let's take over the whole parking lot and figure out how to pivot this situation. And that's exactly what we did. So we did a lot of that. And then we really started to build up our online business for people, because a lot of people also were just starting to order their coffee online all over the country. And, so that helped, like that literally saved our business, was pivoting in those ways and finding ways so that people didn't. Oh, and then we also did express pickup. So nobody, if you wanted to order online or you wanted to order on the app, you could do that. And literally your drink would be ready. You could come in and out as quickly as possible. We limited the amount of people in our shop. We have kegs. You can kind of see one behind Mike's shoulder, but we actually have kegs back there, separating people, and only 5 people are supposed to be in line at a time. Masks were required very early on as well. Extra cleaning, sanitizer everywhere, all that good stuff. So that was something we did for our actual community. We wanted to create that normalcy amidst everything feeling really uncertain. But beyond that, we started doing things like we created these gratitude boxes. That was probably one of the first things we did. And these were gifts that people could gift people to say thank you. And they were bags of coffee. And it literally said, I'm thankful for, and it was like whatever that person had done for them. Because you had like neighbors helping neighbors pick up groceries, and people on the front lines continue to put their lives at risk with us not knowing anything about what was going on. So there was just a lot of gratitude that, we felt needed to be expressed. And that's, one of the biggest programs that we did. Mike, did you want to add to that?
Yeah, no, I echo everything that Lynn is saying. I think us jumping ahead and seeing what other cities, big cities, were doing, and then just acting on it, because we already assuming that it's probably going to happen down here. So us acting ahead actually helped. And then also on top of that, our community came together and really supported us. Even during the early stages of COVID, I consider us essential, in a sense that we're essential to starting people's day in the right way, and it, with everything going on, I think it was kind of that starting the day in a positive way was something that we really we really pride ourselves on. So having the community come together and support us, whether it's through e-commerce, through our app, like Jalen said, and through our retail stores. It's till this day, we're still very grateful, very thankful. And this is why we're here still. So
Yeah.
Well, it's awesome. You have a great story. You recently won another big award from Roast Magazine as 2020 Micro Roaster of the Year. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, it's literally the biggest award you can win for a coffee company. And when we had started and we were literally researching specialty coffee, we learned about that award right when we started. And Roast Magazine is the most well-respected, largest magazine out there that covered the coffee industry and specialty coffee in general. So it has been the craziest and biggest honor for our company to get it. I mean, we are out in Carmel Mountain Ranch, like in North County, inland, and there's not a ton of specialty coffee in our neighborhood, versus like going out to like the coast or to North Park where there's like a ton of people. So and we only had one store at the time, and 20 employees, and it's just been extremely humbling. I mean, there are coffee companies all over the country, and this is an international award, and they don't just cover how good does your coffee taste. It's actually like an all-encompassing award that they ask you about your mission, your vision, your employee practice, your company culture, what you're doing to give back, your community service, sustainability practices, I mean, on and innovation. And so you do all of that. You actually submit a written application of all of those things. And then after that, they choose 3 finalists. And then those 3 finalists then roast 3 different types of coffees and then send them out to professional coffee graders who taste your coffee and blind taste and score. And whoever has the highest score wins Roaster of the Year. So it is crazy that we won and amazing. So amazing. And it was really interesting winning this year. That was the other thing too. We felt as Roaster of the Year, we had a responsibility to be examples and role models in the industry of how to continue to operate as a business and, maintain company culture and morale, amidst, again, all of this uncertainty in the world. But yeah, it's been an amazing award to win for us.
Congratulations on that. Now I understand you're also partnering with Roast Magazine now to award a $5,000 grant toward another small business that's making an impact in the coffee industry and in their community. Talk a little bit about that, and also talk about why it's important for you to give back.
Well, I'll start with that. I feel that it's important to give back because at the end of the day, I feel my partners and I, actually everyone at Mostra, all of our staff, the entire Mostra family really, really, really feels in our heart of hearts that the only way that we're all going to get through this and the only way that we're all going to be successful is if we come together and help each other rise up together. And at the end of the day, I mean, we aren't here without the help of others either. So the only reason why we're here is because someone else gave us a chance, someone else believed in us, people continue to support us. So, the only way to do that is to pay it forward. And so that's why it's really important for us to do something like that. It's been heartbreaking to see people close down, like really, really, really sad to see people close down, because being a small business owner, you put it all out there. I mean, your savings are all on the line, your livelihood. It's just so incredibly sad. So we felt really strongly about doing something. And, the award itself is for any company that's in a coffee related business. So it doesn't have to be a coffee roaster. It could be someone that owns a coffee shop. It could be a farmer. It could be someone who makes products for the coffee industry. So it's all encompassing of a coffee related business. And that winner gets $5,000 cash, as well as a feature in Roast Magazine. And they get like a year ad with them, which is huge. Ad space is expensive. And on their platform, it's huge. So, you've got that. And then you've got, we have a few business and marketing coaches and brand coaches that are going to be helping that company continue to grow their brand and their business. And then we're actually going to be doing a collaboration with them as well. So Mostra is all about collaboration. It's like, you help, we help, everyone rises together. So we're actually going to be releasing a coffee with the winner and donating the sales to them and their business too. So there's a lot of really good stuff. So we're actually currently reviewing videos right now, and we'll announce it next Monday.
All right. Well, keep us posted. I saw something on your website about beer collaborations. Speaking of collaborations, what's that all about?
So the beer collaborations, we're in the business of customer service, and we want to ensure that whether it's a cup of coffee, whether it's a cookie or whatever it is the best possible representation of what we do. So that even goes into beer, and it sounds weird because we are a coffee company that does beer. We don't brew beer, but we actually provide a service to the beer industry in terms of being able to custom tailor a beer or a coffee to a beer according to what their needs are. So the brewers, being artists themselves, allow us to do our job and be the professionals and actually really understand their process. And then from there, we custom tailor the coffee like a fine Italian suit to their beer, so they can kind of focus on what they're doing and brewing amazing beer. So we started, our first collaboration was in 2013. And then up until this point, we are at about close to almost 900 beers worldwide. And each one represents a relationship and a time and place and hard work. So super grateful to be able to work with like-minded artists and like-minded people from around the world. So and collaborating makes exciting things. So people love a product, but then by being able to take that product that's already amazing and then bringing us in and being able to maybe refine it, right? And maybe adding a little more depth and nuances to it, and then just kind of elevating. So kind of like what Lynn was saying earlier, like, whether it's through pivoting in COVID, whether it's through giving back through charity, or whether it's helping breweries, create products to get them through these times to sell. We have to do it all together in order for this to work and for us to get through it. So, yeah.
Luis, have you ever tried a coffee stout?
I don't think I have, but it actually sounds delicious.
It's really, really good. Like it's like chocolatey, and there's that coffee flavor. It's malty. It's so good. You've got to try it
It,
sometime.
it tastes great, so I'm going to have to try it. There was a picture on your website with a whole bunch of people here. Can you talk a little bit about that? It seems like some family, perhaps.
Yeah, so that's the Mostra family. We're missing quite a few people in that picture now, but that was actually the picture that we submitted for winning Roaster of the Year. They were like, okay, send us a Mostra photo, and we just really didn't want it to be about just my partners and I. It's because it's not. It's about all of us. It's about that team, and our entire team is the reason why Mostra is who we are. From our production team, the guys on our production side, are incredible. Like, they are incredible. Like, they're the heartbeat and the heart and soul of like the product itself. And without them, we couldn't do everything else that we do. And then we've got like the people at the shops that are boots on the ground, and they're the ones representing the coffee and making the coffee and talking about it and promoting the coffee, and just really being the representation of all of the hard work and everything that we've all done. So, and we're very family-oriented business. As you can see, all of our children are there, and
Yeah.
as well as our spouses. And no, we truly have the best team ever. And I mean, I don't know if a lot of people say that about their teams, but like, we feel incredibly blessed to have the team that we have. They pivoted with us. A lot of them had to be laid off when COVID had happened, and a lot of them stayed, and they were like, I mean, there were people that were like, we'll continue working even if you can't pay us. And I was like, what? Like, you are going to continue to work? And they're like, we believe in Mostra, and we're just going to keep fighting for this company. And I mean, honestly, I don't think we could ask for a better team than the one that we have right now. Wouldn't you agree, Mike?
And absolutely, 110%. And that's exactly why they're there. It's a family, a team award. It's a community award. It's not just for us. It's for everyone that has supported us up until now. So, yeah, it's very humbling to this day. And yeah, we're happy to be able to bring it to San Diego. So, yeah.
That's awesome. So, what other advice would you have to other small businesses, especially right now at this time?
My gosh. Well, definitely pivot. So, obviously there was a way that we've been doing business for a long time. And I think a lot of people thought that this pandemic and the shutdowns were going to be temporary. I mean, I sure did. I thought we were like, okay, maybe like a couple weeks and then we're back to normal. I don't know. It's going to get figured out, but like, it's not. It's been 6 months, I think, almost, if not. It has, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my gosh, like a half a year has gone by. So I think we all just need to embrace this new norm. Yes, it sucks. Yes, we miss the old ways, but I think we need to find like the beauty and the positive things that we can find out of the current situation now, and continue to encourage each other and thrive. I think the collaboration thing is really big. It's so that, because I mean, at the end of the day, like, if two brands that have a following can come together, then they're just helping elevate each other. So that's the other thing. It's just think outside the box. How can we all help each other and find more innovative, creative ways to grow this business and to gain more traction for ourselves? And then I think just stay rooted in good, I think, has been the biggest thing. I mean, is giving $5,000 at this time the most ideal thing, according to maybe, like, I don't know, a teacher in business school? I feel like they would be like, no, like, hold on to that capital, don't spend the money. But I mean, I just think like these days, we can't operate from that place of, me, myself, and I, and like, what am I doing? It's got to be about the community, and it's got to be about collaboration. And I really do think it'll just come back to you tenfold.
I love that. Mike, anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, I mean, love everything Jillian said. I mean, it's going to end eventually, and whether our new norm is this or whether it goes back to semi-normal, I mean, just keep it going, stay hungry, right? stay focused, give back, be grateful, stay humble, give back. I mean, that's huge. The universe will provide. We truly believe that by showing gratitude and by showing that you care, whether it's monetarily or just being there for advice, I think the universe will provide back, and we'll all get through it together, and hopefully sooner than later. But in the meantime, stay focused. So and make responsible decisions. I mean, is another thing too, So, but yeah.
Well, speaking of giving back, in addition to being recognized as a community hero, the San Diego Union-Tribune is donating $1,000 to the charity of your choice. Have you decided who that money will be going to?
Yes, it's actually going to be going to the San Diego Black Coalition. So it's to support the Black LGBTQ community. We always use the word family, and with family, that also means inclusion. And, we feel like this year's been insane. 2020 has just been absolutely insane. And I think everything that happened during, between the pandemic and all of like the Black Lives Matter, everything, it's just kind of woken everybody up to so many things, personally, and for us, we felt really strongly about continuing that conversation and continuing to encourage inclusion for people and communities that don't feel like they have a voice, or they don't feel like they have enough of a voice, or are still treated unfairly. And and I think being love and light is what we all try to do at Mostra, and so that's what we want to continue to try to do.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else either of you would like to add?
I would like to add that we just opened our second location in the middle of a pandemic in 4S Ranch. So Mike is currently at the Carmel Mountain Ranch location next to the Home Depot, but we opened up a second location in 4S Ranch in the Bed Bath & Beyond shopping center. And we would love you guys to check out our locations if you want to try out some Mostra Coffee. Either one, they're both, it's the same menu in both places, just designed differently by us. And so check us out there. And then if you want to just, if you're not in the area and you don't feel like driving to North County, San Diego, you can order our coffee online at mostracoffee.com. So I just wanted everyone to give that a try. And if you want that Philippine coffee I'm talking about, it's called Ghost Bear Blend. That's the Philippine coffee blend that I was talking about earlier in the conversation.
Ghost Bear Blend?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, got to write that down.
Yeah, order it. mostracoffee.com.
And if I could add, I think just, coming back to community, stay locked into our social media platforms. We are planning in the works to do a bunch of responsible COVID protocol friendly community building events. So definitely stay tuned to that. But yeah.
All right. Well, congratulations once again to Mostra Coffee. You're getting some well-deserved recognition. I love your story. Thank you for coming on and sharing it with us. And for those of you watching, if you want to find out who San Diego's bests are and to read more about our community heroes, just log on to sandiegouniontribune.com/bestup. And again, Jelen, Mike, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Continued success to the two of you, and say hi to Sam and Beverly for me.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having us.
Oh, it's my pleasure. My pleasure. And thank you at home for watching. We'll be back tomorrow with another community hero. Hope you'll join us then. Thank you.
Thank you.
The 4th Annual San Diego Festival of Books, the county's largest celebration of the written word, is going virtual.
Okay, we
The
good?
online event will run from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on August 29th. Like past festivals, you can expect Q&As and panels with award-winning authors from across the country, such as Walter Mosley, Robert Craze, and Shilpi Samaya Gowda.
I'm Robert Craze, author of A Dangerous Man and 21 other novels. I'm looking forward to speaking with you about Joe Pike, Elvis Cole, and all their other cases at the San Diego Festival of Books on August 29th. Hope to see you there.
I'm Jean Guerrero, author of Hate Monger, my latest book to be released in August. Join me as I unveil the man driving some of the most divisive confrontations over what it means to be American and what America will become. See you on August 29th.
Hello, my name is Matt de la Peña, and I'm an author of books for young people, and I can't wait to be a part of the San Diego Festival of Books. I'm going to share with all of you a picture book, but it's a book that I share with not only elementary school kids, but junior high kids, high school kids, college, and even adults. The book is called Love, and this is the message I want to put out into the world, especially now. So I hope you all will join me at the San Diego Festival of Books.
And for families, there will be a virtual children's stage with readings and activities.
Hi, my name is Sharon Langley, and I'm so excited to share my new book with you, A Ride to Remember. A Ride to Remember, a civil rights story, tells the story of how my community came together to make an important change. I hope you'll check it out and see me at the San Diego Festival of Books. I'm looking forward to it.
New for this year, count on poetry readings, a cooking demo with a Food Network star, art and writing workshops, and an entertainment hour with local musicians.
Hello friends, it's Raquel from Infinite Succulents. Come get your hands dirty with me as we learn all about caring for succulents and creating living art from them as well. You can learn all about it in my book, Infinite Succulent Miniature Living Art to Keep or Share. I hope you can join us for Festival of Books.
For more information on how to attend and how to sign up for our newsletter, visit sdfestivalofbooks.com. We look forward to spending the day with fellow book lovers.